First clip, what should I say? Hi. We are rolling around Everett, Washington today, my hometown. What's up, 425-206, y'all? We are going down to the marina first, and we're gonna talk a little bit about mobile filmmaking. We filmed the video in LA, the MIF launch video, and it was sunny and nice. And now we're here in Washington, where it's the opposite of that. It's cloudy and rainy. How's the audio? We just launched the MIF Festival not too long ago. You saw the launch video probably, you probably laughed. So this video is all about mobile filmmaking. We're gonna give you 10 tips and under 10 minutes, maybe. We'll see what the timestamp ends up at. Tip number 1, when you have a production going, pre-pro is just as important as on-shoot stuff. And even though this video seems off the cuff, I tricked you guys. I actually have it all right here planned out on the iPad, suckers. Whether it's a full-length film, a short film, whatever it is, an educational video, have it planned out. Let there be a point to it and plan that out in pre-production. Plan just enough, but also allow room for a bit of spontaneity. Plan like 40 to 60%, that's kind of how I roll, and then I allow the rest for spontaneity. Bag boys, what you gonna do? Selfie. Sick. All right, so tip number 2, clean your lens. It looks like you could use that a little bit too. In all seriousness though, it is actually really important when you're shooting on mobile, because like I can literally see smears on this right now. And if I go in and clean it, oh, beautiful. The thing about phones, if you're shooting on them, the sensor in it is very small. So literally any speck of dust, any smear on it is gonna show. I'm gonna try to get an example here. Maybe I'll take one where it's clean. Smile. I just bought this vest at Value Village. What do you guys think? And I haven't cleaned it yet, so maybe there's some grime in there.
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh yeah. Oh, you can tell. Especially, so you can look at your face in the first picture. You look great. And in the second picture, you look terrible.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tip number 3 is exposing your image correctly. You kind of want to find a balance between not blowing out your highlights, not blowing your shadows, and just finding that happy medium. Can you hear that? So if you're shooting in the native app, all you'll do, I'll hit the record button, you'll touch the screen and you can go up and down, but you want to lock your exposure. So you touch, hold, and it'll say AEAF lock. We're locked, baby. So you can drag that up and down, and no matter where you turn, it'll maintain that exposure. And if you don't do that and you turn, you aim at something darker, you'll see your exposure is changing throughout it. So just important to lock it. But to take more control of your exposure, I use the Enrollment app. You're able to shoot in a flat profile, which means instead of having a huge range of colors, it kind of condenses it. When you take that into post, you're going to be able to edit that a lot better. It's made for editing. Also within the app, you can control your shutter speed, which if you know the shutter speed to frame rate rule, you'll understand how important this is. And I'm shooting in 24 frames a second, so I want to keep it double that at 1/48th of a second. And it's a little bright, it looks like. So we're gonna use one of the Enrollment ND filters. Boom. That is much more evenly exposed. Yeah. So this is with it on, and I'm shooting at the correct frame rate, which you also can't select your frame rate in the native app, which is another reason to use the Enrollment app. And then if I take it off, you can see it's a bit blown out. Tip number 4, pay attention to lighting. It's gray today, so there's really nothing exciting about it. But if it wasn't gray today and it was sunny, we would know the best times to shoot would be at sunrise and at golden hour around sunset. I'm really surprised I didn't trip there. The water droplets classic, just smearing it. So if you're filming on mobile, you actually need a lot of light because these sensors in here are so small. Shooting outdoor is nice because you always have plenty of light. It's usually never too grainy except when it's getting to blue hour or just before sunrise. If you are shooting inside, you can grab an external light. I like using the ProPhoto C1. You can control it with your phone, as a matter of fact. You can sit by a window. It's gonna provide a nice, natural, big softbox, which will just look really good and moody if you angle it just right. But also there's a few little rigs you can make. Like I've actually used a laptop before with a blank Words document as like a softbox. Yeah, you can kind of cheat it. It looks like a haunted house. It's kind of sick. Oof. Did you like it? A little tape on there to hold it in. So, tip number 5 is how to get smooth video. A lot of the newer phones have really good stabilization in it, so you can totally get a gimbal and that will be very smooth. I'm gonna show you a little hack. So this is my little rig. It's very simple, just a mic with a tripod for the phone and the iPhone 11 Pro. I'm holding the phone with one hand, holding the tripod with the other. Maybe I want to focus on this boat, so I'm just staying crouched. Boom. One thing I was focusing on there, I like to use the rule of thirds frame in my live view, and I just kept the point of the boat in that middle frame. So when you're faking gimbal moves, you just keep it in the middle of the frame and it's almost like you're using that gimbal. It's a little tip I use, so. Oh, so much fun. Thumbnail. Tally ho. That's a good boat name. The next tip is to focus on composition. The small sensor in the phone has a very limited depth of field. It's really hard to get a shallow depth of field unless you're close in on your subject. So composition comes into play a lot when trying to get a good focus on your subject. Oh my God. So in this frame, the boat is dead center and that red on it is just very noticeable. So it's pretty easy to draw the attention right into that boat, which is the subject of this frame. Cool. And then I want to get a shot of you in between those two boats. Hey, wave. Oh. Oh no. No, get it. No. Oh, so close. I got that on frame. Leading lines is essentially a cheat code because it just draws you right in to your subject. Like literally leads you into the subject. It's in the name. So if you're up here, I can't see your frame, but I'm guessing most of the rails are below you. So if you get down, boom, all the rails now are kind of almost sucking in to where your lens is at. So if you stay there and I go over here, you're led right into me. This ain't no LA out here. Life's hard in the 206. Hi. The next tip is about audio, so we are getting out of the wind to actually give you a good example for that. This is my home. Should we do a cribs tour? No.
Too much work.
Too much work. Audio is just as important as your frame. If you have bad audio, it's not good. Andrew 2020. So what I use with my phone is this Shure MV88 Plus. The cord kind of falls out sometimes, so I put some tape on it. Maybe your cord will be better. So this is a directional shotgun mic. It's going to pick up whatever it's pointed at really well. I'll just give you a with and without example of using it on the phone. So this is the test. I'm sitting here talking to the camera. There's no mic on. You're probably getting a lot of the reverb sound. And the mic is in my hand. It is
Not the one you're wearing either.
Yeah, this is connected to the camera over there. But if I put this mic on the phone, here's what it sounds like. This is with the mic on, same distance. It's probably picking up a little less of the reverb around the room. And like I said, it's a shotgun directional mic, so it's pointed right at me and you're picking it up. So if you turned it like that way or something, you might not hear it as well. You'll probably still hear it fine, but...
Can you hear me better?
Yeah, your levels look good. Who's to say? If you're making a film that's gonna include a lot of audio in it, mic is pretty much essential at that point if audio is a main focal point of your film. Wait. Wi-Fi back on? All right.
What year is that?
Dude, it's a late 2015. Good luck. I have to basically proxy 1080 footage. It's pretty sick. It's pretty seamless with the iPhone. You can just pretty much airdrop it and it'll go right over, which is very convenient. If you're using an Android, there is a app called Android File Transfer where you plug it into your computer and you can transfer it like that. So let's start this bad boy. QuickTime. I'll put the year first, the month, and then the day of the month, so the 31st. And this is mobile filmmaking. How do you spell it? And I will do a folder that says, I'll usually just title it working, and I'll title another folder in there raw. I spelled working wrong. So for working, very simply, I'll start up Adobe Premiere Pro here, letting it load, late 2015, baby. New project, and we're going to go to browse. I go to that one I just created and go to working, hit choose, and I title it mobile filmmaking. One thing I forgot to do is I usually will create it by camera or by phone. So I just saw on the iPhone 11 Pro, and I'm just gonna dump all of that into that folder. And let's say I shot on the GH5 as well, I would create a folder and drop it in there, but I didn't shoot on that today, so. Yeah, and you can even organize it by photo and video, totally up to you. I usually just dump it all in when it's only that many files. So from there, you just drag and drop that to your Premiere, and it imports the files, and you're good to go. All right, and the last two tips is actually just to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we were just talking off camera. We were planning to do an audio portion and a color grading portion, and that's just not something you want to teach quickly. So we're gonna do an audible here, and tips number 9 and 10 will be in a future video where we actually go more in depth than just surface level. So those are the 8 tips we're gonna give you for now. Again, subscribe for the next ones. And I really hope they helped you, and go check out the MOLMA Invitational Film Festival, link below. It just launched 2 days ago. Again, it's about mobile filmmaking, which is exactly what this video is about. And we hope you can take those tips and go make your own cinematic film. And that's all I gotta say.